How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to our journey over here in Elm Creek, where today we are continuing where we left off in the last episode. So yes, guys, it is still pretty much the exact same day as in the last episode, and yeah, when we left off we actually needed to get ourselves a windrower in order to windrow the grass that we mowed up, but yeah, we decided to come to the shop this morning, or well, this afternoon, because I picked up a pallet of solid fertilizer, because we are going to need that in order to improve the yield again after the field has been, turned to silage, or well, yeah, you know the deal. So yeah, this is to just once again put another layer of fertilizer on the field, and it actually worked out a little bit cheaper than having to buy the roller. Although I think the roller that we need in order to do this it might be a decent investment eventually. But alright, for now we're just gonna have to carry on with the old fertilizer spreader as we've got it, and yeah, the fertilizer is a little bit cheaper at the moment than what it would cost us to buy the proper roller for the grass field. However, I did also track down a very nice windrower that David managed to find for us, so we need to go and pick that up. And we also managed to get the payment from our contract guys, and turns out that the agency has got another job for us. It's not a big one, but something that we're gonna have to take care of. Alright, so what we need to do first of all is we need to get the little skid steer over here fired up. Alrighty. Yeah, this little thing just keeps going. Alright, so let's see if we can get this pallet off of our truck here. And I actually think we're gonna go straight over to the fertilizer spreader and just fill it up. Alright, let's just see if we can manage to get these forks sort of level. Alright, almost there. I go down a bit and... Yep, there we go. Alright, that should work. Alright, easy does it. Alright, so now we can just take this over our fertilizer spreader over there and just let it pull that up for us, and then we'll just put the pallet somewhere. Alright, so I did a little bit of rearranging around the yard just to make space for our windrower that we're going to go and pick up here in a bit. Alright, so there we go. Let's just quickly fill this thing up all the way to the brim. And I think that is good enough. Alright, so we are going to need that pretty much a little bit later on today. Alright, so I've tried to make a little bit of space here for the windrower that we're going to go and pick up quickly at David's place, but we are going to be putting it straight to use once we go and pick it up. So he's asking a total of $5,000, and that is going to be almost all of our money. But that's fine, because we've got another little contract that we are going to be able to go and take care of with our own tractor and our cultivator. So that's going to work out pretty well, hopefully. Alright, let's just park this over here for now. Nice and out of the way of the cultivator there. And I can probably also go ahead and just park the old Chevy C30 here under the little carport that we have. Alright, let's just go ahead and bring this around here. There we go. Alright, that should do the trick. Alrighty, perfect. So now what I think we're going to do first of all is we're going to head over to David's place, quickly just go and pick up this windrower. He did send me some pictures of it, so I'm quite happy, and I think it's going to be a nice addition to our farm, guys. It's definitely a little bit bigger than the one we borrowed off of Ben and also rented from Clever Motors. So yeah, I think it's going to be worthwhile getting our own windrower, guys. And maybe later down the line I might actually look at getting my own tether as well, once we start running out of hay for our sheep. But I think we are still sorted with the hay, because yeah, the sheep don't really feast that much on the hay, because they've also got the meadow grass that they can just chow off the field. So yeah, it kind of works a little bit in our favor. Alrighty, so yeah, the tractor's actually still super filthy. I need to clean it up once we are done with all of the work today. So I figured, well, let's just finish all the work and then I'll clean everything up again. Alright, but yes, here we are over at David's place, and I think we can also just take a little bit of a walk around again and see what the man has got in. And I think this is yeah, this looks like the picture of the windrower, or well, this is the windrower in the picture that he sent me. Alrighty, well, yeah, that is quite huge. I just hope that the little space that I've allocated for this thing is gonna be big enough, and I hope the shed is gonna be high enough. Otherwise, this thing is gonna have to stand somewhere on a farmyard. But okay, let's quickly have a word with David and pay the man for the windrower, and then we can be on our way. Alright, so there we are, guys. We made the payment over to David, and the windrower is connected up to our tractor. So yeah, now I think we've got everything that we need to do our own silage without having to rent any equipment or even borrow any equipment for that matter. So I think this is a worthy investment indeed. So yeah, alright guys, so we're just going to take a little bit of a walk around real quick, because David told me he's got this combine, and I told him I am actually looking for a combine. So yeah, this one over here is a John Deere, I think, what is this again, a 105. It's quite old, but it is very capable of doing all sorts of size fields, and I think the capacity in this thing isn't too bad. So this might actually be a very decent combine for us, and he told me that it even comes with a corn header. So yeah, equipped on the front there, we've got the normal grain header, and then he's got this corn header which can also harvest sunflowers. So that's pretty nifty, guys. I think we are definitely going to try and see if we can get the money together to buy this thing off of him. He said something about $30,000 for the whole set, seeing as it's such an old combine. So that is definitely the first thing that we are going to try and see if we can save up for next, which I think will be great. And then we've got the old animal trailer over there. As I mentioned before, we don't really need an animal trailer as such yet, but this would be something nice to have one day. Especially if we do decide to go ahead and get the cow barn. You can actually see the cow barn from here one day. But I'm talking about way far in the future here, guys. We're going to have a look at that. So David's yard is a little bit empty. He doesn't really have a whole lot of stuff at the moment. So yeah, things are just sort of quieting down a bit by the looks of it. He's still got the old big Fendt tractor. What is this again? This is a Fendt Vario 930. Powerful machine. I think he says this thing makes 300 horsepower, so that is that'll be a very nice tractor for us one day if we were able to buy it, and if it's still available at that time. But yeah, I'm not going to put my hopes up. I mean, our little cage tractor over there is actually doing pretty well. It still handles everything that we throw at it so far. It's also got this pretty cool John Deere Gator, which I think he had it for a while now. It's actually been sitting around here quite some time. And he also started buying some trucks. Well, this is a semi-truck, which is it's quite a beast of a machine, guys. So I don't know if this is something we are gonna be interested in, maybe, because if we were able to get this truck, we could actually get any type of trailer behind it and just haul whatever we need behind it. For example, a bigger car transporting trailer or a vehicle transporting trailer, and even a grain trailer, and all sorts of things, guys. We can definitely do a lot with a semi-truck if we do decide to get a semi-truck one day. But I don't know if that is going to be the one, because yeah, we don't know if David's going to be able to sell it before we have the money for it. Because I mean, let's face it, we first need to invest in a combine, which I think is going to be our first priority next, our next purchase. Because our wheat field is going to be ready one day, and we're going to have to harvest it, and then we will maybe see I can find a little grain trailer or something. But the other thing I was also thinking of was getting a silo that we can put up on the farm somewhere to store the grain in, because then we've got the little bucket for the skid steer, which we can actually use to go and feed the chickens with, which I think will actually also work out pretty well. But alright guys, enough babbling on. I think we need to hit the road and go and start working again. So we've got a little bit of windrowing to do, and then we've got to obviously bale up the grass and then just wrap it again, and that way we are going to be able to start making our second batch of silage of our field, which is actually good. And also need to try and see if we can fertilize the field. So yeah, quite a lot of work to do. And we've also got the cultivating job, which I'm kind of thinking now, I wonder if I shouldn't go and do that first. Maybe we drop the windrow off somewhere here on our farm, I hope we're going to be fine. If we go down here with this little bridge of ours, let's just see if that thing's going to... Yeah, absolutely no problems there. Alright, yeah, this chicken coop of ours is right up against the road here, which is going to make that turn a little bit harder for longer equipment, but I think we'll still manage in the end. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to go and do the cultivating job first, which is actually, I think it's Barry's farm again. So now Barry is, it's an old client of ours, guys. We did quite a bit of work for him in the past with his little versatile tractor, but he tells me that his tractor is not on a farm. I actually think he also isn't at the farm today, but we are going to go ahead and go over there and just cultivate up his big field. I think it's field 39, and I think that is the field that we did sow some oats on for him a while back. So it looks like it has been harvested now, and he's just waiting for us to go, go and cultivate it for him, which will be great. Which means we are a lot involved on his farm, guys. Alright, let me see if I can get this thing disconnected again, and then we are going to hook up to our cultivator, and we're going to head over to Barry's farm and just go and cultivate up that old oats field of his. Alrighty, so there we are. That is nice and simple. We managed to get the little windrower, or I'm calling it little, but it's actually huge. I think we're going to be fine, guys. We're going to be able to get this thing under our shed over there. So I made a little bit of space over here next to the baler, so I think it should fit. It might be a little bit of a tight squeeze, but we will be able to get it done. But okay, so now we're going to get our tractor into position so that we can hook up to the cultivator, and then it's going to be a little bit of a drive over to Barry's farm, which is, yeah, for those of you who don't know, Barry's farm is the farm next to Ben's house. Alright, so there we are. Let me just get this thing hooked up, and then we're going to hit the road over to Barry's farm. Alrighty, so there we are. This is our cultivator hooked up to the case tractor now, guys. And I know this cultivator of ours is actually a little bit small, so it might actually take me quite a hot minute to do this, but you know what, it's fine, because you guys know that I always try and speed up the, the whole field work process every time. We've got our trusty old drone with us, so there's going to be some beautiful footage for you guys in third person, just to see what we do on the field and how we do it. So right now we've got quite a bit of a drive over to Barry's farm, so I'll catch up to you guys, yep, once we get there. So here we go. Alright, so here we are once again over at Barry's farm, and as we can see there's absolutely no equipment sitting here, so I think he just tucked everything probably inside his barn here. I see his truck is also not here, so yeah, looks like he's out for the day, for the rest of the day. But okay, our job is to come and do the cultivating on this field of his, which as you can see it has been harvested, and yeah, we're going to be put to task in cultivating this field up. So yeah, no idea how long this is going to take me, but I will put this cultivating job in a little bit of a time lapse for you guys. So yeah, I guess there's nothing to it but to do it as Grandpa always said, guys. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Clock in at 6, the sun's barely up. hands already tied from last night's work. There's a rhythm to the line, to the weight of it all. Every box that moves, every product we turn. Got a mortgage note sitting on the kitchen table, and my kid needs shoes before the school year starts. But there's something in the ache that keeps me able, something in the strain that proves I got heart. We ain't asking for a miracle, just enough to get us through. So I take it day by day, one shift, one check, one bill I pay. The struggle is real, but so am I. Gonna hold my head up, gonna get by. Day by day, that's how we make our way. The struggle is real, that's no lie, but we're still here, and that's why we take it day by day. Lunchroom conversations about the rising cost of everything we need and nothing we want. But there's laughter in the break, there's pride and we'll be lost. Our backs might bend, but they don't break, they won't. I see my face in every piece that passes through, a little bit of me in every single one. It ain't glamorous, but it's honest and it's true. And I'll be back here tomorrow when the morning comes. We ain't asking for a miracle, just enough to get us through. So I take it day by day, one shift, one check, one bill I pay. The struggle is real, but so am I. Gonna hold my head up, gonna get by. Day by day, that's how we make our way. The struggle is real, that's no lie, but we're still here, and that's why we take it day by day. Maybe we won't ever get ahead, maybe broke is just our middle name, but I'm breathing and my family's fed, and tomorrow I'll do it all again. There's dignity in showing up, the strength in hanging on, and every single day I work is proof that I belong. So I take it day by day, one shift, one check, one bill I pay. The struggle is real, but so am I. Gonna hold my head up, gonna get by. Day by day, that's how we make our way. The struggle is real, that's no lie, but we're still here, and that's why we take it day by day. Yeah, day by day. The struggle is real, but so are we. Day by day, it's how we're gonna be. The morning sun breaks through the haze, roosters crow, starts the days. With calloused hands and feet of clay, a farmer's life ain't built to sway. Plow the field and reap the day, sweat and toil never stray. A life so hard, yet here we stay. Harvest dreams and golden hay. The crops don't grow by wishful prayer, it's in the dirt we breathe our care. Pulling weeds and mending tears, hope finds roots in what we dare. Plow its pay. Storms may come, but not dismay. Through the nights and through the gray, hope's harvest waits come break of day. Each dawn's a chance for us to prove that hard work sets this life to move in simple lines and earthy grooves. The farmer's faith is always true. Each dawn's a chance for us to prove that hard work sets this life to move in simple lines and earthy grooves. The farmer's faith is always true.
Alright, so there we are, guys. That is job done. So Barry's field has been cultivated, and it took quite a hot minute with our tiny little cultivator we've got over here. But we managed to do the job, and I just got off the phone with him already, and he made the transfer over to us, which I think was a $3,900 more or less. So yeah, it's a little bit of money back in our pocket again, guys, which is not too bad. So now we are going to head back to our own farm once again, because we need to go and take care of our grass field, which we mowed by means of windrowing it up and then baling it up and wrapping all of the grass bales. So if we can at least do that today, then I will be very happy with what we have achieved today. That means that our silage can start fermenting, which is going to be our next big money maker. And I can't exactly remember how much we got for the last batch of bales, well, silage bales, but it was quite a bit of, yeah, a couple of bales. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we made close to $22,000, which is going to be a little bit under what we need for the combine that David has got for sale. But we are definitely going to see what we are going to be able to do. Might be able to get some more contract work from the agency maybe a little bit later on. I know it's already a little bit late in the afternoon, but seeing as this is kind of part 2 of the day in this episode, I think things are gonna still work out more or less. Just gotta bear in mind how much fuel we've got left in this tractor, because I've been just using this thing and I never really put any diesel in it since I bought it. So this tractor seems to be doing quite a bit better than the old Fiat tractor did on fuel. Not just economy wise, but probably also the fuel tank size is quite a bit bigger. So yeah, I'm actually quite happy with this little tractor, guys. This thing has been doing pretty well, and so far I don't really feel the need to upgrade it anytime soon. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the future, guys. Maybe if we get a bigger, you know, couple of implements like the bigger cultivator, we might need something a little more powerful or a little bit bigger in order to just handle the weight. But I think for the moment we are still good. We're in a pretty decent spot now with all of the equipment that we've got, and I think it's going to have to just carry us through until we've settled the loan with the bank, and then we can decide whether we want to take out another loan in order to maybe expand the farm, or even, who knows, maybe upgrade all of our equipment, and then that way we can tackle a lot more serious contract work. So yeah, it's gonna be definitely quite a bit of a journey for us still over here in Elm Creek, guys. There's a whole lot of stuff that I would like to achieve. So for now, let's just focus on the business at hand, which will be our silage. And maybe one day, I don't know, we might even turn the wheat field into a grass field and see if we can buy ourselves a bigger field, maybe for the wheat that we're going to be feeding our chickens. because I think the chicken, yeah, our chicken coop is gonna probably handle quite a few more chickens, and that way we are going to need a whole lot more, wheat in order to feed all of the chickens. So it's gonna be just pretty much climbing the ladder from here on out, guys. So yeah, for now we are coming up to our farm just up ahead, and I think we are still good with diesel. I'm not gonna pull it up just yet. So we are going to see if we can quickly get our cultivator disconnected and hook up to our new to us windrower. Yeah, that thing actually needs a bit of a service as well. So I'll see, maybe after we got this field, windrowed up and baled up and all of that, well, I might actually take the windrow over to Nick and see if he can just maybe give it a little bit of a service and just sort out a couple of the nitty-gritty things. There might be some worn bushes and stuff like that, but yeah, I don't know, it's going to be probably something we'll have to do eventually with all of our equipment, is do a little bit of what I would like to call preventative maintenance. Alright, so now this thing is absolutely filthy, so we're just gonna drop it round about over here, I think. Yeah, I think it'll be good so that we can actually clean everything up. And fortunately our pressure washer it's got quite a decent length hose. But alright, let's get this thing lowered down and disconnected, and then we can hook up to our new to us windrow over there. Alright, so there we go. That is quick and simple. So the little cultivator is disconnected and we hooked up to the windrower. So I've got no idea how big this thing is. I don't know, is that, what does it say there? Z2, I doubt, yeah, I don't know what's the size of this thing, but we'll see. I reckon it's around about 8 meters wide once we get it unfolded, which is gonna make this windrowing job of ours quite a bit faster. Because I think the other windrower that we used in the past was way smaller. It was probably like only 5 meters or so. So let's quickly come over to the field right here and see if we get this thing unfolded, what is cooking with it, and what we're gonna have to do and where we're gonna line up and all that. Alright, let's hit the button for this thing to unfold, and we'll just hop out and quickly have a look at this. Alrighty, well, that is actually, yeah, it's not that big. I didn't think it was gonna be just that, but I think it's fine. It's gonna definitely do the job for us, guys. So I think what we are going to do, we are going to quickly figure out where we're gonna start and how wide this thing is, and maybe send the drone out again so that we can get some nice third-person footage for you guys once again. I think we are almost lined up here, so let me do this and I'll bring you guys back up to speed once this field has been windrowed up.
In a small town down a dirt road where the sun caresses the sky, you'll find farmers from all walks of life, sharing dreams that never die. Whether their pockets jingle or are bare, they plow the fields they cherish. Their hands the same, their hearts in tune, with a harvest that won't perish. Rich man's grain or poor man's corn, a masterpiece in every dawn. The sun may set, but hearts remain bound together in a farmer's name. In the morning mist, they rise as one beneath the sprawling sky. With calloused hands and hopeful hearts, they watch the seasons fly. Rich man's grain or poor man's corn, a masterpiece in every dawn. The sun may set, but hearts remain bound together in a farmer's name. Some have fields that never end. Some patch a plot of ground. Yet when harvest time rolls around, they share the same sweet sound. Rich man's grain or poor man's corn, a masterpiece in every dawn. The sun may set, but hearts remain bound together in a farmer's name. Bound together in a farmer's name. Some have fields that never end. Some patch a plot of ground. Yet when harvest time rolls around, they share the same sweet sound.
Alright, so guys, I must say this is a very nice windrow that we managed to find for ourselves, guys. Very big shout out to David for actually getting it for us in such short time. So yeah guys, I'm actually quite happy with my purchase, and I think this windrower is kind of what I would like to call an end game windrower. I don't think there's a whole lot more available out there that is going to be better. So yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect it right over here so that we can sort of just get everything cleaned up again before we, you know, put them away and attempt to park this thing. So next up we are going to need our baler, which I'm going to hook up to next. So let's go ahead and get this thing disconnected and see if we can get our baler hooked up real quick. Alright, so there we go. So I've got the baler hooked up and everything seems to be looking pretty good. So let's get over to the field, guys, and just quickly see where we're going to start. I think I might actually start on the little patches that I may have missed a bit when I was windrowing. So let's quickly go and do a little bit of a test run here with you guys and see how it works. And then we will once again probably send the drone out again just to get that all figured out and you know, give you guys that third person view. Alright, so let's see what do we need to do. First of all, turn it on. Probably, yeah, I don't know. Alright, let's see. Oh, okay, there we go. Alright, so yeah, I kind of forgot we need to do the one thing before the other. There's like an unfold button, and then there's a lower button, and then there's the one that actually turns on the PTO. So yeah, here we go. We are starting to pick up some of this grass that we missed. Okay, there's also a very thin slither over there which we also missed, so let's quickly head over to the end of the field here. Alright, and I'm gonna try and see if I can more or less keep count of the amount of bales we're getting off the field, but you know, it's not always easy to do that, but we'll try and see. Alright, let's do this. Round about here, lower it back down. Alright, let's go. Right, is it picking up the grass? It sure looks like it. Alright, well, let's quickly continue and finish this line, and then we are going to go onto the thicker lines, which I think is going to be a whole lot more grass that we're going to be able to pick up. And then, yeah, I think we are ready to just about send a drone out for you guys. And then, once again, I think it's time for you guys to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of this baling process, and I'll bring you back up to speed once again after all of this is baled up. So here we go.
Six in the morning, sun's barely up, coffee still hot in my favorite cup. Walk in the fields as the dew starts to fade, thinking about all of the rounds to be made. Hey, dust and diesel in my clothes, work in this land is all that I know. From the first morning soul. That's how we grow. The old Massey Ferguson needs a good run. Grass fields are calling, work's never done. Baler's been cranky since early last June, but she'll get it done by this afternoon. Got grease on my hands, dirt on my boots, in tune with the engine's familiar roots. These machines got stories, every dent shows years of experience in perfect rows. Hey, dust and diesel in my clothes, working this land is all that I know. From the first morning light till the stars start to show, just me and these fields and the seeds that we sow. Some folks don't understand what we do, but this ain't just work, it's who we are, it's true. Every season brings its own kind of grace, and I wouldn't trade this for any other place. John Deere's waiting for its evening clean. Been running smooth, keeping that paint shining great. Tomorrow we'll do this all over again. This life ain't easy, but I'm where I've been meant to be. Hey, dust and diesel in my clothes, working this land is all that I know. From the first morning light till the stars start to show, just me and these fields and the seeds that we sow. That's how we grow.
Alrighty, so there we are, guys. That is job done. So we managed to bale up all of the grass off the field once again. So this time round I think we got one extra bale out of this field, which means that the yield was a little bit better than it was before. So that is pretty good, pretty awesome. So yeah, what we need to do next is we need to get this baler disconnected so that I can hook up to the bale wrapping machine, which is that blue machine over there, which is great. Alright, so once again I'm going to disconnect the baler right over here, and then we're going to hook up to that machine and just go and wrap up all of the grass. So yeah, let me get this sorted and then we can head over to the field once again, guys. Alright, well there we go. So we've got our bale wrapper hooked up to the front of our tractor once again, which I think it actually works pretty well like this. I might have to come and dig this pallet out of here if we're going to need some more rolls, but I think we can probably just come and grab some from here if we do need them, which isn't really a big problem. But okay, let's get back to the field and see how far we can get with wrapping all of these bales and also get them off the field, because we still need to do the fertilizing, which is going to be the last part of the process, if you know what I mean, in order to get our yield back up again. So right, let's go around this way and probably can hit the button for this thing to unfold in the meantime. There we go, just like that. And we are going to start right over here. Alright, let's lower this thing down and get it picked up like this. Alright, it's being a little bit finicky. I don't know what's going on. Let me just see if I can figure this out again. Ah, there it goes. Alright. Okay, so the first bale is being wrapped, and nice and tightly wrapped by the looks of it. So there we go, that is our first bale pretty much starting its fermenting process, as they call it. Alright, and once again we are going to be dropping these off right here over by the sheep pen, which is actually a pretty good place for this. Alright, so there we are. Let's just put it right there. Okay, lower it back down. Alright, well, now it's going to be a whole lot of rinse and repeat doing this, guys. So I think let's get the drone out into the sky once again and see if we can knock this part of the job out of the park real quick. So yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy once again.
Sunrise kissing the cornfield green. Tractors roar like a wild machine. Dirt road leads to a horizon fine. Milk the cows, harvest the vine. Country roads and farming loads. Drive through life where love explodes. Dirt on boots, tales to be told. Freedom feels 1,000-fold. Hay bales stacked beneath the sky. Johnny's truck and the fields nearby. Horses run the open plain. Hard day's work, no room for pain. Country roads and farming loads. Drive through life where love explodes. Dirt on boots, tales to be told. Freedom feels 1,000-fold. Moon climbs high, the night so clear. Fireflies dance, it ain't none too near. Barn doors creak, but hearts stay true. Work's complete, yet life feels new. Country roads and farming loads. Drive through life where love explodes. Dirt on boots, tales to be told. Freedom feels 1,000-fold.
Alrighty, so there we are. That is all of our bales wrapped, ready to rock and roll, guys. So yeah, it actually took us quite a bit of time to do that. I didn't expect it to take so long, but yeah, I think it's job well done, guys. So now, as I mentioned, the last part of the job that I want to do today is get the field fertilized with our solid fertilizer, which is already loaded into our fertilizer spreader. So yeah, I think there's nothing really to it but to do it and to sort that out. Okay, and I may have just bumped into the pole over there, but it's okay. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing disconnected here and hook up to our fertilizer spread over there. Alright, so there we are, guys. That is all hooked up and ready to go. So we've got the little fertilizer spreader ready and filled up with solid fertilizer. Alright, so let's get over to the field and see if we can quickly sort this out. And I think this is gonna probably go quick because this spread of ours has got quite a wide spread on it, so I don't really think there's gonna be any problems. Alright, so let's quickly figure this out where we need to start, and then I'll put you guys in a quick little time lapse again for this, just to get this done and dusted, and then I think that'll probably be everything that I wanted to get done for today, guys. So yeah, once again, here we go. Alright, so there we are. That is another part of the job done, guys. So now our grass field can finally start growing yet again for the third time since we planted it. And yeah, this is pretty much an endless money making thing that we've got going here, guys, with the, you know, silage and selling the bales and such. So I think it's just going to work out a little bit better now that we've got every single piece of equipment that we are going to need for this job. So yeah, I think it's been quite a bit of a busy day, guys, and it's about time for us to wrap up things for today. So if you did enjoy today's episode, please be sure to give us that thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And also, if you would like to do so, just drop a comment down below what you have enjoyed so far, and what else you would like to see, guys, because yeah, we've got a lot of possibilities and things that we can still venture into. So yeah, let me know down in the comment section what you would like to see. But yes, guys, I think that is going to be it. So thank you all so much. And then I'll see you all in the next one. So cheerio for now.